That's why I chose Drew to go first, and that's why Josh is second, if anybody wants to know, okay? Start with, this was something that was just sent to me. The coaches are going to go into much more detail as we get going, but Drew Liebert, Andrew John Liebert Jr., also known as Drew or Drewby, spent the last 2 years as a student at Legacy Christian Academy. He was born in April 22nd of 1997 in Hickory, North Carolina. Although many would argue he was born with a basketball in his hands, Drew did not begin playing organized basketball until age 5. To me, that's pretty close, okay? Drew comes from a basketball-rich family. His father, Andrew, played in college for both the University of Maine and Indiana Purdue at Fort Wayne, where his mother, Purdue, Fort Wayne is where his mother also played. Drew's grandfather played for the University of Louisville with legendary players Wes Unseld and Butch Beard. His uncle and first cousin both played for the United States Naval Academy, where his uncle was a starting forward on the 86 Elite 8 basketball team and teammates with former San Antonio Spurs David Robinson. Drew spent the majority of his club basketball years playing for Plano-based Texas Hoosier Basketball Club, which was coached by his father. Over 7+ years, his team won multiple tournaments, compiling over 40 victories per summer each of the last 3 years. His club basketball career culminated in July of 2015 in Louisville, Kentucky, with the 17U AAU National Championship. In high school, Drew played varsity basketball for 2 years at LCA. During his time at LCA, he earned many honors, including 3 all-tournament selections and earning academic All-State twice. He also earned the following honors: District Newcomer of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, First Team All-District honors as well. During his senior year, Drew was named co-captain and team MVP. Drew's favorite memory was beating Brook Hill at home and getting stuck at Whataburger for 2 hours after 1 a.m. after the game. Drew was offered the opportunity to play college basketball at several schools, but chose Maine Maritime Academy for its academic and athletic commitment, and will major in power engineering. Coach Muchnick, Maine Maritime Academy head basketball coach, was the first school to recruit him and remained diligent and committed to Drew throughout the process. Among his favorite memories about being recruited by Coach Muchnick are the many letters, the wanted posters that he received weekly. They were very entertaining. Drew would like to thank Coach Johnson for his unending faith in him. Without his support, there wouldn't have been an end result as this. He would also like to thank Coach Parlin and Coach Medrano for continually encouraging and making him better. Drew was most like to thank his father for every moment spent in the front yard shooting basketball, which encouraged and created lasting memories and helped him become the player he is today. It's difficult being a coach's son, but Drew wouldn't trade it for anything. His advice to fellow LCA students is to work on the small things, because it is these things a great foundation can be built towards a distinguished character and life. And what I'd like to do right now is just have Coach Johnson say a few things about what it was like coaching Drew and some things that aren't really necessarily written down on the paper.
I'm going to stay seated. If I stand up, I'll talk too long. But coaching Drew, first of all, Drew's not a player that you replace. Drew is a player that you use, that a coach uses as a model, that I could frequently and constantly just point guys to. My sons, for instance, be like Drew, and that's the culture that Drew helped establish here at Legacy. So he was disciplined, he was determined, and he just desired to do well. He was incredibly dedicated, as Coach Gober read. He just, from age 5, he had a basketball in his hands. But the immense support that Drew provided for his teammates, the model that he served as to his teammates, the resiliency that he showed, it's just impressive. It's far beyond that of a senior in high school. And so, like I said, and I'll wrap up with this, players like Drew aren't replaced. They're pointed to. And that's what legacy is. When a player can come through, have success, and a coach can continue to point other people to that player and use him as an example. So that I just appreciate Drew and everything Drew that you provide, that you gave, that you invested, and the incredible amount of buy-in. It was incredibly easy for me to come in and work with you and your teammates, your senior teammates especially. But those characteristics that you have are going to prepare or propel you into your successful future. So thank you.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I gave them a quick little tidbit that they were going to get an opportunity to say something too. So before we make it official, I want you to hear, you've heard the parents' perspective that sent in the bio, what they thought about Drew. You heard about their coach, what they thought, and then now I just want Drew to have an opportunity to share what he thinks.
All right, I just want to say a couple thank yous to, first off, to my dad for always making me do hard work in the front yard, shooting baskets, doing defensive slides, even though he would yell at me and push me. It was all worth it. This was our silent goal. This is what we wanted to do in the end. So thank you for that, Dad. I love you. I'll always cherish those memories I have with you. Mom, thank you for always being my greatest fan. I don't think I could have ever done any of the things that Dad was pushing me to do without you being there to encourage me. So I thank you, Mom. I love you. And Coach Johnson, thank you for all your guidance this year. I don't think I could be the man I am today and be standing up here before everybody else without you pushing me and making sure I always came off the court better than when I started. So thank you.
All right. Now, Drew, what we're going to do is open this out, and we're going to let you go ahead make it official, and sign at the bottom there that you're committing yourself to play basketball. Awesome. Okay, what's going to happen now is at the end, when we're totally complete with everything, we're going to bring people back up here and let them take all kinds of pictures, because I know for a fact there's friends